and I feel very blessed that I can, I'm still doing this job, and I work very hard like we all do. But now to have my kids on the road with me, that's what makes it the better incentive for me. So
Beautiful.
You've grown up on Irish music, though. It's been a huge part of your upbringing, and you're good friends with Foster and Alan.
I am. Hello to Tony and Mick. I know they was here recently.
They
I've been told.
They were in with us recently.
And we always seem to be like passing ships.
Such a mad connection to those
it's
two.
crazy that when people hear, but no, I released Galway Girl, and my manager's just told me, is it 10 years, Lou? Yeah, 10 years anniversary that we released Galway Girl together. So big shout out to the lads.
I'm going to have you serenade me. I'm actually from Galway.
Are you really?
I really am.
Oh, there we go.
Is the proper Galway Girl one, not the Ed Sheeran one? It's like the...
No, it's
Monday, Sharon,
I met a little girl and we stopped to talk and to find stuff. And I asked your friend, what's a fella to do? Because her hair was black and her eyes were brown. And I knew right then. There we go. But yeah, no, for me, I grew up listening to all the Irish music. So from the Wolftones to the Dubliners, of course, Foster and Alan. So many great, like Susan McCann.
Yes.
Everything. So
wow.
Very like country music as well. Everything. So it's
do you think you'll work an Irish number into the show tomorrow night?
I have to, don't I?
You kind of do.
I have to.
Do
you know one of my favourites to do when I'm in Ireland is Saw Doctor's I Used to Love Her. It's a
great song.
And it gets them going.
It's a great song.
Yeah, don't ask me to do that right now. But tomorrow night it may happen, yeah.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Well, you're just home from Malta as well. You were over there with The Good Ship Murder. Filming with your good friend Catherine Tisley. And the ship wasn't just you guys, though. There was thousands of passengers there.
There was.
So how did you navigate that?
Any one time. Well, it was news to us as well, because it was a working ship. So there was like, I think 5,000 to 6,000 passengers. Now, I can't speak too much until it actually, comes on TV, which I think is around September time. But all I can say is that if you like Agatha Christie's and things like that, with beautiful locations and backdrops and, half on land, half on a cruise ship, and I get to sing a song at the end of every episode.
Class.
I play an ex-detective, and I decide to pursue my first love as a singer. But that's as much as I can say. And everywhere I go, something happens, and I fall back in my old ways. That's all I can say.
You teed it up nicely.
But it was a lot of fun.
Exciting.
And it was... What I loved about being on the ship with 6,000 passengers...
Like, how did you keep them away from you?
Which, well, for me, they didn't actually know it was me because of my hair. Yeah. So they'd be talking to me saying, is that Catherine Tisley from Coronation Street? And I'm like, it is actually, yeah. What's she working on? Oh, just this brand new show. And then about a week later when they realised it was me, it was like, but a lot of the guys, and they got to star in the show as well because they got to be extras. And my advice to them was, if you're going to be an extra, just go out the night before and have a drink. And if it's a scene outside, sleep on the sun lounger because you'll be asked to stay in the same place, and that's great. So now half of the people that actually was on the cruise now get to be in the show themselves, and what a great memory for them
brilliant.
as well. So,
yes.
Cool.
Went away on holiday, came home a bit of a star.
Exactly.
It's fantastic. You've been combining your passions for music and for acting for a long time. But now you're writing for screen as well, writing music for Netflix. Tell us about that.
Well, I recently I joined partnership with my new manager, Lou, who's here behind the camera. He's very shy. But no, he's based in Boston, and I've known him for a long time. And we've been speaking a long time in terms of the crossover in regards to writing and pitching songs for things like on Netflix and other channels as well. And yeah, so during the pandemic, I got to work with a great writer called Johnny Douglas, who wrote Fast Love for George Michael with him. Amazing. And so many other great songs. And I kind of like wrote a lot of stuff kind of like Stranger Things, like, because 80s synths have really come back in as retro and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And also pitched a song for the new Barbie movie. So do you know what it is? It's like if something lands, amazing. And then happy days. If not, just, it'll land somewhere else. But it's exciting because I get to do that. And and then also my new material that I've done, I took a trip to Nashville last year, and it's been such a dream of mine. And I got to write some fantastic country pop songs, which are going to be featured next year because I'm going to be releasing them as part of a new tour. So it's going to be great.
Oh, fantastic. And what is the big difference between, we'll say, writing songs like you've been writing and writing for screen? What would be the big difference to you as a writer?
Well, for me, the way that I write everything as a movie, and it's still personal. I just don't make it too personal for me.
Yeah.
But I write everything visually so that it can just slot itself into any type of program.
Okay.
Whether it'll be a thriller or, well, maybe
Would
not
you
a
ever
horror.
like to get into production, like TV production then? It feels
Well,
like you're producing as you're writing.
I always
in a way.
have. I mean,
Yeah.
I do like every song that I've written like recently. I've already got videos in my head, but that costs money, so I can't do 10 videos. But what's great is that then I create a treatment for it, and then we'll approach a director and whatever, and bring it to life. But you never know. It'd be quite nice to maybe take a step behind the camera and do something
It
like that.
feels like you have it in you.
I do, yeah.
Definitely.
Not only singing and writing and being a father, you also are an actor.
Yes.
Beloved Aidan on Coronation Street.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
how did that come about? You nailed the audition, but it was mistaken identity.
Well, it was. It's really funny when, like, even still to this day, when people hear that, Sean Ward was the actor who played a character called Callum, and he was a bad boy in Corrie. And how this kind of started was people on social media were saying, "Congratulations on getting the bad boy in Corrie," and I'm like, "I'm not on Corrie." Well, thank you. And it generated such a buzz that the Coronation Street team contacted my management at the time and were like, "Would Shayne like to come in for an audition?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So I went for the audition and nailed it. And I went back to my mum's house that night, and then you have to wait. I think I waited about 3 weeks before you got before I got given the role, and I was given the role of Aidan Connor, and I couldn't believe it because I'm sat in front of my mum telling her. Kind of went into her room and I was like, "I got the job."
Awesome stuff, man. You do it
And
all.
to an Irish mammy, she's like, "Oh my God, it's Coronation Street."
Yeah, it's the big one.
But yeah, I was on there for 3 wonderful years, and I learned so much from incredible people like William Roach and Barbara Knox and Sally Dinver and so many more, and I absorbed as much as I could. And yeah, they were great to watch every day.
That's awesome. You do it all, Shayne.
I try.
Yeah, you're going to stick with us for a bit of grub, aren't you?
Of course I am.
Thank you so much. Yeah, well, as we said, Shayne's going to stick with us, but we're going from him to Coronation Street and to Royal Connections, all the coronations, and Jenny Bond is with us after the break.